This podcast is not sponsored or supported by any business or organization. The views reflected on these podcast episodes are my own. Please be aware I am not a medical expert, travel agent, or any other kind of expert. Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Explore, Love podcast. I'm Ashley. This podcast is based off of my blog of the same name, Eat, Explore, Love. It talks about the unique challenges in traveling around the world when you have celiac disease. Due to sort of popular demand, I decided to also record a podcast to delve a little deeper into my travels and the lessons learned along the way. I'm going to be honest. Wilmington was never on my radar as a possibility to visit until my grandparents decided to go there for their retirement years. Ever since, it's been my favorite place to vacation whenever I need a place to escape to. The pace of life in Wilmington forces you to slow down. If I had the money, I wish I could just go and buy my own vacation home in Wilmington. The airport is small and the pace of life is just a little too slow for me to live there full time, but it's still an incredible place, and it's still growing. Wilmington used to be sort of a satellite Hollywood. A lot of television shows and movies have filmed there. Some of my favorites would be Dawson's Creek, A Walk to Remember, The Longest Ride, 28 Days. Others know of One Tree Hill, and apparently The Summer I Turned Pretty has filmed there. Wilmington is an incredible place, but above all, it's the place where my favorite people in the world live. My grandmother is going to be my guest on today's podcast episode. But before you chat with my grandmother, I'm going to tell you some places that you can eat in Wilmington that are safe for people that are gluten-free. Please keep in mind, at the time of recording this podcast episode, it was a year ago. So a lot has happened in the last year, and I'm currently now living in Wilmington until further notice. So that means if you check out my social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page, you will see a bunch more options coming through for the town of Wilmington and other places. But this is what I have gathered so far. And again, check out the blog. Plenty more to come. Melting Pot, which is a chain, and you could find it in a bunch of different places, but I love Melting Pot. Mellow Mushroom, which is also a chain restaurant. Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza. The George, which is right on the boardwalk in downtown Wilmington. Ruth Chris, which is expensive, and Manna as two really nice, expensive restaurants. My reviews for each of these places are on the blog. And again, check out my social media because I'm starting to do more restaurant highlights as opposed to city highlights. So if you want to see more options, well, there's going to be a bunch from Wilmington. And now let's get back to the episode I recorded a year ago with my grandmother. Hi everyone. As we approach the end of the year, we are also approaching the end of season 1 of Eat, Explore, Love, the podcast. It's been a wild ride with lots of adventures to share. We are taking the first few months of the year to regroup and figure out our next steps, and the Eat, Explore, Love team would love to hear from you. We have a couple of ideas brewing, but we want to hear from our listeners to see if there's anything that would be helpful for you. We're looking for any type of feedback, ranging from, should I look into getting a co-host? Would you like to be more of an active part of the podcast where I interview you guys about your favorite cities? Would you want to hear from more medical experts, travel experts, self-love experts? If you have any thoughts, we want to hear them at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. We at Eat, Explore, Love appreciate all of your support and kindness in listening over the past year. That's 130 episodes that you've sat through and listened to. I've been so lucky to not only be able to go on all the adventures I've been able to experience, but I've been so lucky to have all of you to share this with. Make sure to sign up for our newsletter and send us an email at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. Now, back to the show. In my first episode, you heard me mention that there was probably only one person that would be my loyal listener. Well, here she is. Mama has spent most of her life as a teacher. She's taught all ages, but she really loved being a first grade teacher. If you ever had the pleasure of meeting her, you'll know why. She is someone that believes the best in everyone. She is incredibly kind, and if you are a horrible person 99% of the time, she will respond with, yes, but remember the 1% of the time that that person was fantastic? And she focuses on that 1%. She has an unlimited amount of patience for her children and grandchildren, who are her whole world. She's a world-class hoarder, but she's starting to get better at it. Prior to moving to Italy, I got to stay with her and my grandfather for a few months. During that time, we covered a lot of ground. So she's being kind enough to join me for a few episodes to talk about our journeys together. Without further ado, here's everyone's grandmother, Mama. Thank you for joining me on the podcast. Excited to have you.
Thank you, Ashley. Happy to be here.
Wilmington is kind of become the place where the family goes and escapes to. And I think that's a big topic of conversation for this podcast episode and the big lesson learned for me. But what made you go and move to Wilmington in the first place?
Well, Papa and I had been looking for a long time. My cousin, two cousins who live in Wilmington, and they mentioned that the area they were in, they liked very much. So Papa and I decided to take some trips to Wilmington and check things out. And fortunately for us, after I would say we spent almost 3 years, there was one area where they had brick homes with porches, and that's the area we wanted to settle in. Lucky for us, it was the right choice because having moved here and being away from family, it didn't really feel like home until the family started to come. And they helped us to make it feel like home because they all enjoyed it and loved coming. Even my friend from college.
Yeah. And I know that it was a factor for you of when you were picking a place to live, that you wanted a place that would be an escape for the family, a place to escape to for everybody. And friends now, too, to what you just said. It's for friends and for family, and you have like a little bread and breakfast situation going on at your home, which I know you love.
Well, I think the plus for the home that we have now, and the reason that the family said that was it, is that we feel like we're living at a resort. We have a pool across the street. We have tennis courts. We have golf in our backyard. We have a rec center that we can walk to. We have a restaurant that we can walk to. So it really is like being at a resort. And we also are close to beaches. So it really is a wonderful place.
What do you love about Wilmington?
I think the access to the beaches is really nice. We've always been someplace where it's been a vacation kind of existence in most of the areas that we've lived in. And we've lived most places where tourists are or come. And then when they leave, it's all for us and we enjoy it.
Yeah. And so the podcast and the blog, it's all about places that you could eat, and the eating portion is really focused on being able to eat gluten-free in certain places. And Wilmington, in the time that you've lived there, has gotten way better about accommodating that. They still have a little bit of ways to go, but it's much better than it used to be for sure.
It is, yes.
And we have our own traditions. We like to go to Melting Pot once a month. They're really good about taking care of people, or us, with my gluten allergy there. What are some other places that you usually recommend that people go and check out when they're in Wilmington?
Well, going to Melting Pot, the one waitress, remember how she was gluten-free and very helpful?
Yes.
So you meet nice people, too.
Yeah.
So definitely the Melting Pot. Ruth Chris is really nice down on the waterfront. George's.
The George,
Also,
yep.
Elijah, Port City, and we have a lot of new restaurants that are coming out to our area as well that we'll have to experience because things are happening here in our new resort area.
Well, with that, I think what's really interesting is that if, you talk to people, the place to go, if you were in New York or New Jersey, it was kind of the next step was you retired to Florida. But Florida, that's kind of changing now. And I don't know if people are waiting until retirement anymore to leave New York or New Jersey after COVID, especially with COVID. Why do you think that is? Why do you think people are migrating to, and there's a lot of people from Long Island in Wilmington. So why do you think that is? Why do you think that's the next best place to go?
Well, I think for us, Ashley, speaking for ourselves, it was the cost of living. We were paying $25,000 in taxes in the area that we lived in Long Island, and that's a little bit rich for retirement. So we definitely had to make a move. I would love to have stayed there. I loved Stony Brook, but we really, it was not something we could do for $25,000, and not that it was going to stay $25,000,
Right.
Continue to go up. So that was our main concern as to why we moved.
When people come and visit, because you, like I tease you about, you have your own bed and breakfast situation happening. What places do you usually recommend that people go and visit when they come to Wilmington?
Definitely a really nice, when I talk about New England style living area, is Southport. North Carolina is definitely a place to visit. Oak Island is another really nice place to visit. Yeah, Outer Banks, very unique and different. So there are a lot of small towns around the area that are nice to visit. So we have a lot to do, and it's nice to just go for a weekend.
How does it feel that, again, one of the things that you considered when you were moving someplace was having your retirement home also be the home where everyone came and visited and used as their vacation home? How does that feel that it's reality now?
Oh, it's great. I love it. I thought maybe, we've been here 7 years now, and I thought, okay, so the first year everyone will come, they'll see what it is, and then we won't see them anymore. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Thank God. That did not happen. So it's been every single year we have had someone from the family come, and it's been wonderful. So the only problem is that because of work and vacations, they all seem to come at the same time.
Yeah.
When school's out or they don't have work situations. So that's the only thing that is somewhat difficult, because the time when we really would like visitors is right now, October, November, December. Beautiful weather.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of our family members, I think, was upset with me because it was 81 degrees last week in November. Mm-hmm. And I was told that I was rude.
Oh, that was me. Yeah. Sharing
that information.
For whatever reason, you feel the need to, when everybody is freezing cold where they are, you feel the need to say, it is 80 degrees and sun shining. And as you're shivering in the rain and the freezing snow, maybe
Right.
That's not the thing you want to hear about.
Well, they've gotten back to me because today is a rainy day.
Yes. Good. Good.
So I've been punished.
Do you,
No, this time of the year is really gorgeous weather-wise, Ashley.
Yeah.
It's like fall weather for the next couple of months. It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it gets into spring weather. So
yeah, I enjoy
the
it.
weather has really been nice.
Do you feel that you have a place to go and visit and escape to? What has been your favorite place to go to when you're like, all right, I'm stressed, I need to go away and release some of that stress? Where has been your favorite place to go and do that?
Well, I think Southport, I would say, and Oak Island, those two places, to take a day and go and take a ride there. Very nice.
Why do you feel it's so important that people have that people have a place where they can go and escape to?
Well, I think it's important when you're working that it gives you a change of, you change your routine. It gives you a break in your routine. And I think that with me and with Papa, we used to take rides every weekend when we were in Stony Brook into Connecticut or out on the island. And when I went back to work, I felt, I'm ready. Monday, I can go in there and do my job because I had a nice break. I broke with the routine, got away from the grind of every day. So I think it's important for that reason for people to do.
When people ask me, why not Wilmington? Why wouldn't you move to Wilmington? And we did consider it. It was something that you and I we've gone to plenty of open houses, and it's something that you and I have talked about a lot of why wouldn't I just move to Wilmington? And part of it is the airport. The airport is small, and for all the traveling I do, every flight to any place I'd have to go would need to include a layover, and I'm fine every once in a while doing that, but doing it for every flight becomes a bit much.
Yes.
But the overall reason of why I couldn't live there is because the pace of life is so much slower. And that's what I like about it being my vacation spot.
Yes.
But I don't know if I could live in it all the time. I'm a total product of my New York upbringing in that way, and that I need to be on the go. I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly moving, and I need someplace to go to relieve that a little bit. But I get very impatient if I'm in that environment for too long.
I agree with you 100%, Ashley. That's why I think Charlotte is a better choice for you because of the airport. And also you're near other locations that you could just take off on a weekend and visit. So I think Charlotte is a nice settling place. Yeah. But I agree with you. Wilmington is not really a spot for, it's nice for vacation, but not for everyday living. It's too slow.
Yeah. And I mean, enough people are moving there where I'm sure that is for a good chunk of people. But it's just, and maybe enough New Yorkers will move down there that the pace of life will pick up a little bit.
Well, people do complain there are too many New Yorkers, New Jersey, Connecticut people living here now. And they're complaining, and people who live here are complaining about all this. Some of them saying, go back to New York.
Yeah.
The traffic is getting more. So yes, that is an issue.
Yeah, I guess it's all relative, right? Because to me, I've only seen one really backed up traffic jam, and that was because of the weather being what it was, or there was an accident or something like that. But otherwise, to me, I've never seen a problem. I really enjoy Wilmington. I enjoy getting to spend time with you. And I know I speak on behalf of everyone when I say we appreciate you opening your home to all of us. It's not just the people that you're related to and that you're friends with. You let our friends come and stay without us if they need it.
I love
it. We appreciate that immensely. So thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for coming.
Can't wait to see you guys again.
Me too.
Thank you for joining me this week for all the fun journeys and lessons learned on my big adventure called life. For more information on the different cities discussed, check out the blog posts on hieatexplorelove.com, posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you have any questions or fun stories to share, feel free to reach out at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. Until next week, remember to eat well, explore the world, and love yourself. See you next time. This episode is produced, scripted, and edited by me, Ashley. Special thanks to Sarah Mientka.